Hey guys, how y'all doing? We are back. We are back once again with your favorite host. It's me, Chris Dubai, and this is the Chris Dubai Show presenting Richmond Creators and Small Businesses Network Business Group. Man, I'm glad to have you guys here with me once again. Once again, I have a great guest that is going to be joining us tonight. Miss Tumarrow Lucas, the CEO of Your Finance Sense. She specializes in credit repair, real estate, and she provides a few other services that you guys will be great and love to hear from, as well as connect with her to see what all she can do for you, your credit state, maybe your real estate, where you may be preparing to move, you may be preparing to uh, own a new home. You may be wanting to repair your credit for get you a new vehicle or a new home, or invest into your business. So there's a lot of options that are available for you guys, and she's going to talk about some of those things. We're going to discuss them with her. Hope you guys have enjoyed the last few shows. So make sure you go to YouTube before we get started. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, make sure you go to YouTube, join, subscribe to the Richmond Creators Small Businesses TV page, as well as if you're on YouTube, make sure you follow us on Facebook as well, and you can find us on the Nextdoor app. Thank you guys once again. Now let me go ahead and introduce to you guys Mrs. Tumarrow Lucas.
Hi guys, how are
How are you
you?
doing? Doing
Good.
excellent, doing excellent. Glad you could join. Glad you could join us tonight.
Thanks
Uh,
for the invite.
and we're gonna have some conversations that a lot of people really are interested in knowing information about. And I believe that's kind of why I reached out to you, because I was like, she's perfect for all the questions that surround business and credit and real estate. And a lot of people ask me stuff a lot of times, and I'm not a professional in it, so I
Okay.
give them my research point from what I've researched,
All
but
right.
there's always more to know. There's always so much more to know. So I'm glad I could have you join us here tonight. So how are you doing once again?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Today is sunny, another blessed day to be in and be amongst the land of the living. So I'm doing well.
Yes. I'm glad you can join me. So uh let's give people a little bit of the background before we go too deep into the credit and real estate stuff like that. Just let people know who you are and where you're from.
Well, my name is Tumarrow Lucas, and I am the CEO of Your Finances. I am also the owner and operator of the Lucas Group Financial Solutions, as well as the Lucas Group Financial Solutions Inc. So, a nonprofit organization as well, where we're wanting to ensure that everyone is financially literate, meaning that they understand finances in the holistic way, which means financing, budgeting, and credit, whether it's personal credit or business credit. So we service the entire realm of real estate, investing, buyers, sellers, and even renters. So we want to provide you with the opportunity on whatever level you are. We meet you where you are. So that's what our
And
services provide.
and that is something that that was one of my biggest questions is when you get a new client, how do you analyze maybe their potential needs and things like that, as far as he may have a certain credit score, but he's trying to get a new home, or he may be interested in just a new automobile, not a new home. So I'm like you said, there may be different levels to what he may need. So how do you analyze what the client needs?
So, of course, each client is handled or serviced differently. All clients are not handled in the same manner. You have buyers, you have renters, you have those that are interested in purchasing, but they have no clue on where they need to start or where they need to begin. And then you have renters who have maybe underestimated the opportunity to purchase because they don't understand or know where to begin as well. So they become lifetime renters. So we want to take that opportunity to educate them on the process of being a home buyer. Then sometimes you have sellers who are not educated. They purchased a home, but they are truly not educated on how to manage and maintenance their credit score so that they can leverage the power of that credit score being within the range of excellent, so that they can have a lower interest rate, or when they're ready to purchase, They may not have to sell their home in order to use the proceeds to go to the next home. They can use that as an investment property. So you want to educate each client where they are and let them understand the process and essentially educate them on the process.
Okay, and with that is so a lot of people say, well, is credit repair really possible?
It is.
Uh, how does that work? What's the process behind repairing the credit?
So once you have obtained your credit reports, remember there's two tiers to understanding credit. There's a credit report, which provides you with all the information that's being provided to the credit bureaus. You have
Okay.
the creditors that are reporting information, and then the credit bureaus report that information, which is on your credit report. And then from that credit report, there's a credit score that is calculated on the behavior of your credit information that's provided on your profile. So, providing or understanding the possibilities of increasing your credit score or understanding what needs to be done on your credit report is possible at any level. It's possible.
Okay. And how do I know if I have bad credit or if I have good credit and where I need to, if I should call you, if, can credit always get better or is there like a cap?
So we have what we call credit calculation, or how the score is calculated. So there's a score as low as 300 and a score
Wow.
as high as 850.
Okay. I didn't know it went 300 that
Yeah.
low.
And it's very rare, but there are about 1 million people that have a credit score that's right at 300.
Okay. And a lot of times, I guess, if you have a low score that low, it's a lot of maybe all kind of different bills.
Yeah, it's information that's being reported on your credit report. There's a lot of late payments, more than likely. These are some of the elements that you look for when you're wanting to review or analyze a person's credit report. You look at the
Okay.
late payments. You look at whether or not they have, what kind of credit accounts they have, how many credit accounts are being reported negatively, which is a huge impact on their score. You want to look at the mix of credit. Do they have all installment loans, which means a mortgage, a car note, anything
Mhm.
in reference to a student loan, anything in reference to any personal loans? Those are all installment loans paid within a long period of time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because I've heard that they say you have a car note,
Mm-hmm.
you paying mortgage,
Right.
multiple they say phone bills, you have different things, all these different credit lines out open
A
that
good
can actually damage your credit, huh?
Not necessarily. It's really how you make the payments and your credit
Okay.
history, how long the accounts have been on your credit account, on your credit profile, as well as how you're using. You have to have a good mix of credit, revolving
Okay.
credit, which is credit card, store credits, Discover, Visa, MasterCard. You have American Express. Whatever your revolving accounts, you have to look at those accounts as well. It has to be a good mix of credit on your credit report.
Okay. Okay. And so run down the things that if I'm in that situation, what all you can do for me as far as what your company can do, because you cover a lot of different bases. So what all could you do for me if I want to get into a new home, but I've
Right.
got maybe a 600 right now. Uh,
So the first and foremost is to understand what your true why is. Why do you want to do better or have a better credit score? What are we working towards? So if you're talking about you want to purchase a home, we want to be realistic. We don't want to set a goal that we definitely cannot reach or that we're not being able to obtain, because I don't want you to be upset with me because I didn't put realistic measures in front of you. So of
right.
course,
Okay.
understand where you're trying to go. If you're headed towards being a homeowner, we need to look at your scores. So, of course, we need to pull your credit report. We need to understand your finances. We need to know how much money you're making. We need to know how you're analyzing or how you're utilizing your income, your finances, whether you have rent or whether you have a mortgage currently. What bills are you paying? All of that information needs to be provided, because we need to essentially assess a budget, because we have
Okay.
learn how to save. We have to learn how to use your finances in a responsible way. If not, then you're always going to go back to that same behavior. So we have to learn new behavior. That's a different mindset. And then,
So yeah,
go ahead.
no, so that is important to know why I want to do this, because it may not be that I'm just it may just not be a good time for me to do certain things.
Correct. Correct. So if you have a 300 credit score and you're talking about purchasing a home in 3 months, that's not realistic.
It's not realistic. Okay.
No, and I don't even want to set you up for that because that's just not going to happen. So we have to be realistic. So if we do that, then that means that you'll understand and be patient with the process. When you
And
understand, you'll do better and you know better. So then you'll be able to be patient with the process.
okay. And how long can it take? Let's say if somebody is listening and they sitting here with a 300, but they want a new home, and listening to you, and you say, hey, realistically 3 months it's not going to happen, but
Right.
how long do you think that process could take where that person may be able to build, if they actually do positive payments and all that type of stuff, to actually build it to where they possibly can get a new home?
So if we're looking to purchase a home and say that you're in the low risk, this is what a lender would say or categorize you as a low risk, would be that you're in a credit score of 300 to 550 or to 620. If you're at
Okay.
620 to 300, within that range, you're at a low risk. So that means you're looking at about 9 months to a year before you're
Okay.
truly within the realm of being able to purchase a home. Real,
Even possible,
even possible.
even worse. Yeah.
Your finances have to be in order because you have a debt to income ratio. That's obvious when we're looking at a credit score that's in a low risk. That means you're not utilizing your finances responsibly. So you're not paying your bills on time, or that you're extending yourself too far out to where your debt to income ratio will be too high. And you may not 9 times out of 10 be approved for a loan. So then secondly, you also want to look at savings, because remember, when you purchase a home, there's closing costs. So you have to be able to come to the table with some money. And then thirdly, you want to at least have at least 3 months worth of mortgage saved up, 3 to 6 months worth of mortgage saved up when you're a first time home buyer, because we want to avoid at all costs being house poor. We do not want to be in a house and not be able to enjoy it.
Yeah, that is so true, because I know a lot of people who move into new homes, and the mortgage, within 2 or 3 months, the mortgage is like on top of them. And they're
Correct.
struggling because they weren't financially prepared. They had built the credit, but they didn't keep the incomes flowing the same way. They started putting money in other places that they should have been.
Right.
And
You
is
want
that
to
something?
You want to be prepared for any expenses that you haven't planned for, as well as the beginning of the year. Now you're going to be paying taxes. So you've already extended yourself on a mortgage, and then you have taxes coming. And then what if something needs to be repaired on the home? If it's not a brand new home, it may be a resale home. So then there's some other added expenses. So that is a definition of house poor. And you don't want to be in that situation again.
Right. So that's some deep information. So I want to take it back a little bit and
Okay.
just know a little bit about what inspired you to call your company Your Finance Sense.
It says it itself. Your finance sense. It has to make sense. Your finances have to make sense in order for you to make a move on whatever it is, whether you want to purchase real estate, whether you want to have the power of credit and leverage that power of credit. And then as well, make go on vacations, whether you want to extend yourself to own a business. The finances have to make sense. Your finances have to make sense. So that gave me the idea to name my company just that.
Okay. That's interesting, because I was looking at it and I was going through it, and I almost signed up for it, because I was like, I ain't ready for it yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and still input my information. That way I have a plan. And that's something that you
I
tell
want you
people.
to have a plan, a strategic plan. And then the first consultation that I provide you is 15 minutes and it's free. It's no cost to you. for me to analyze your credit and to look at it and say, hey, these are some things you need to do. You may not be a fit for my program because
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure there may be some small things that you can do, and I'll give you those tips. It may be some large things that may be over your head, and also have a do-it-yourself boost guide that
Mm-hmm.
provides you with the step-by-step ways of how you can do it yourself if you just have that time. If you don't have the time and you're saying, hey, I just want you to take care of this, I don't want to deal with it, just let me know when my results come in, I can handle it for you as well. So the free consultation is something that you should take advantage of.
And how does that, and what exactly is in the 30-day boost guide?
So it tells you step by step what can be done. Of course, the importance of pulling your credit report, understand how to read the credit report, and understand what the process, the disputing process is, and what
Okay.
laws that are in our favor, the consumer's favor, that you can utilize to dispute the negative activity that's being reported on your credit reports.
Okay. Because I do hear that there's different ways to dispute that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting that you had a 30-day boost guide. I had wanted to ask you about that. And
Yeah.
how do people, if they want to get the information from your site, how do they go about doing so?
I can, of course, let me see, on the chat, or can I put in my website?
I have it on the. I don't know if you see it at the bottom of the screen, but
Yeah. So just
yeah.
click on the top right corner where it says consultation, free consultation. Click there, and then you can choose what day and what time that's convenient for you and that you're available. I ask that you give yourself at least 15 to 20 minutes uninterrupted time, because we're going to be talking about some seriousness. So of course that conversation could change and truly make a pivot in how you look at things and how you analyze how your finances are, and essentially how you're going to move in life, because cash is king, but credit is power. When you tap into the power of credit, you're going to be on a totally different level. And unfortunately, a lot of our people, we don't have
Hmm.
those conversations. I know I didn't, and I'm 48 years old, and I know in my household we didn't. It's not because we didn't want to learn it, it's not because it wasn't provided, it's just that we just didn't have those conversations.
Yeah.
Now
And
is the time to have that conversation. Providing people or giving you the education. When you're educated, you do things differently, you move differently. So we want to provide you with those tools and resources and educate you on the process. When you know better, you do better.
and that is so true because a lot of, like you say, a lot of homes don't have those discussions.
Right.
Uh, and it's important that parents begin to educate their kids on finances and things like that. My son,
Okay.
just turned 16. He just got his first job.
All right.
And so, I started working when I was 16 as well. But my mom, she made sure I had a bank account. She
Yeah.
made sure that I understood, somewhat how to use it. I made a lot of mistakes along the way, but
Right.
if it wasn't for her even teaching me that,
Right.
I could have made a lot more financial mistakes. And I think that is very important that we start teaching in the home as well.
Right.
Uh,
That generational curse, that
yeah.
financial poverty curse, that mindset. And just saying, just like you said, your mom provided you with the tool of a bank account, but there's much more to it than just providing a bank account. Just having a bank
Mhm.
account, you have to know how to utilize a bank account, saving,
Yeah.
understanding how that money is coming in and how it's going out. So, I mean, there's just much more tools and more resources that need to be provided to our young people, because they will be our future.
That is so true. That is true. So, can you discuss with people what financial leverage is? Because a lot of people, I think, don't really understand what it means to have financial leverage. They believe that, because they have a few dollars left over after they get paid and they pay the bills, that they, financial leverage. So, can you really, discuss that and what that means?
Okay, so true financial leverage is not particularly the liquid assets. Liquid assets are money in hand, cash. But financial leverage is using other people's money, which is credit.
Hmm.
Utilize it in the way that builds and grows your business, your household and using it responsibly. So if I finance or if I have a credit card that has a limit of $100 and I use it to purchase something towards my business or towards the household, and I just borrow it, I'm borrowing in a sense, but then I'm paying it back without even having to pay the interest because I'm paying it in full. So once you get that concept down and you understand the key development and leveraging other people's money towards you building your empire, you've gone to another level. So that is the true process and step-by-step goal of credit is power, utilizing other people's money. Your
Okay. Now, is that something that you do with the Lucas Group Financial Solutions?
Yes, we're on the brinks of launching what we call our business credit. So
Okay.
that allows you to understand the other side of business credit. Many people now are entrepreneurs, have that entrepreneurial spirit. They're opening
Mhm.
up a business, and what they utilize is a DBA, doing business as. You want to go to the next step, which is the LLC. So we teach you how to open up or establish a LLC with the Secretary of State, and then from there getting an EIN number that is dedicated, which is a business social security number, and
Mhm.
establishing credit with your EIN number, not your personal social security number, your business EIN number.
Yes,
And
because
mhm,
a lot of entrepreneurs have that confused. I had it confused,
okay,
and I still need more education on it.
okay,
Uh, this, if you know, if you guys are listening, this is some very important information, especially if you are an entrepreneur.
yes,
You're thinking about becoming owning a small business or something. It is very important that you get those, those those paperworks in line in the right way,
yeah,
and like you say, with using the business social security number and not your personal. And so you can actually walk people through that process.
yes, walk you through the process and also assisting you in establishing business credit with vendors and understanding the levels to establishing business credit. There are levels. There is a starter level of vendors that you want to start with to build credit, and then you go to the next levels until the point where you have an American Express card for your business. I mean, vendors, Amazon. You're gonna have and then this can happen within nine months. Building that build business credit, that can happen in a short period of time. But you want to do
Really?
it correctly. Yes, you have to have your own office space. If you don't have an office space, then you want to have a virtual office. And then I show you or give you or provide you with the resources to establish a virtual office. You want to have a dedicated business number, not your cell phone. You have to have a business number and a fax
Okay.
number, because when you're talking about going to get business credit or get a loan from the bank on your business, those things
Mhm.
need to be established. They're looking at the validity of your business. So you want to establish those things in the beginning, not begin with the banks. You want to go in with the power.
And how can people contact you about, joining that program or, getting that information from you?
We're going to be launching that information here in September, but of course,
Okay.
you can always visit my website and schedule the consultation. And it's still the same process. We'll sign you up for that, but we will be launching that information with here in the near future in September.
So all that information can be found at yourfinancesense.com and just through that consultation.
Correct.
Okay, and I'll be definitely sure to pass that along because I know multiple entrepreneurs
Yes.
uh, and small business owners who may be doing some of that, the wrong way,
Yeah.
uh, and straining their own assets and resources.
Right. Right.
And that's some good information that that you really can provide for them. Uh, what separates you from other companies? And you know, if somebody is in a position and they need to, because I personally, I know you and I know the honesty that you carry and the weight of your word. But for people who don't know you, what kind of separates you from others, in the service that you'll provide for them?
So I'd like to just keep it simple. Many people gravitate or utilize a service because they know, like, and trust you. But I also want to provide the service of education. If you're not educated within the process, then that means your experience will not be the best of an experience. So I want to ensure that you have the best experience because you are making informed decisions. The decisions are that you're making are not based on the information that I provide you. You're educated on the process. So you're making an informed decision.
Very, very true. Very, very true. Uh, Man, that's some good information. I appreciate you for coming tonight.
Right.
Uh,
Well,
I
right.
want to make sure that that you can have all that. We have all your contact here. That I have www.yourfinancesense.com.
Yes.
It is Your Finance Sense on Facebook page as well,
Yes.
where
Yes.
people can follow you. Is there any other contact information that you like to give them, or any other way that they can?
Also on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and LinkedIn, Your Finances as well.
Okay.
I'm sorry, LinkedIn is the Lucas Group. That's on LinkedIn.
The Lucas Group is on LinkedIn. Okay,
Mhm.
and I'll make sure I put that here at the bottom as well. Um, yeah, definitely. Is there any other stuff that you like people to know about as far as credit and especially with the state that we're in right now, the pandemic and the corona virus going on? Is there any resources or any things that out there that you like to let people know about that they might be able to access?
My true um, vision and focus is to ensure that everyone understands that now is the time. No longer wait or allow anything to come in your way or distract you or to halt the process of being a homeowner, or even just the foundation of looking at your credit, understanding where your finances are, making a true pivot. This time, the pandemic is for a reason. So it gives
Hmm.
us the opportunity to pause and really assess what we're doing and how we're doing it, because we want to make a difference in our lives. We don't want to continue to live in the same manner. So assessing your credit and understanding where you are and where you need to be and where you want to be, and placing a strategic plan in front of you and working that plan and not allowing that plan to work you will make a difference. We're out for generational wealth and legacy. And we cannot build a legacy if we don't understand where we are and where we need to be and how we need to get there.
That is so true. That is so true. And man, I appreciate you for joining me tonight. We'll definitely have to in another, maybe at the end of the season. I'm gonna do 12 episodes. As I was telling you, at the end of the season, I can have you here again
Absolutely.
to talk about a few other things because I know I'm gonna have more questions,
Okay.
especially more questions from others as well. And I definitely want to make sure that I can get some of that in. So I appreciate you for coming tonight, joining me.
Thank you
I'll be
for
passing
inviting
all
me.
this information along as well. I'll be passing all the information, and I got the LinkedIn at the bottom, so I have all that information up there.
I did
Uh,
too. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been great, folks. I hope that you guys, really enjoy listening to the conversation with me and Tamar Lucas of Your Finance Sense and the Lucas Group Financial Solutions Company. She really can do some great things for you. So definitely make sure you reach out to her. If you need their contact information later, you can definitely get it from me at any time. I'll be sharing it on all my social media sites as well. Uh, Make sure you come over and join us on the Nextdoor app. Join the group, Richmond Creators and Small Businesses. If you're a local entrepreneur, small business owner, or you're a consumer looking for great services by locals, come and join us. So we'll definitely be building and looking for more members to have on the show with great information and to link them up with Miss Lucas so they can get their business credit situations together because that is very vital info.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
vital.
All right. Well, thank you so much for inviting me. And I look forward to speaking to anyone that's interested and we can make a difference.
Yeah, definitely. I had a few people that's checking out the show already
All
that
right.
I know actually have their own businesses. So this will be great, and I'm sure they'll be reaching out to you, being that. And where are you based at? Since
Here
some
in
people,
Richmond. In
so you're
Richmond.
right here in Richmond, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, if you're in the Houston area for being Richmond, now do you deal with people who may be located somewhere else,
Yeah.
or because you can do a lot of interaction, virtually and online, so you can
Mhm.
you don't mind taking people and customers from other places as well.
Yeah, that's no problem. Of course, each state is different in reference to business entities. So, of course, I have to do my research on wherever they are. But yes, I can help.
And but Texas though, anywhere in Texas, the laws pretty much are
Down.
the same.
Yeah, we locked down in Texas.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
locked down. So if you're in Texas, definitely make sure you hit us up. All right, tomorrow I will get with you later. It's
All
been a
right.
great night. Appreciate you, Lucas Group Finance Solutions, and your finance sense for joining us. And
Mhm. Signing off. Bye bye for now.
all right, thank you.
All right.
Hey guys, this is Chris Dubai, host of Richmond Creative Small Businesses Group. Hope you really enjoyed the conversation that we just had with Tamara Lucas of the Lucas Group Financial Solutions and Your Finance Sense. You can make sure you follow her on LinkedIn at the Lucas Group Financial Solutions, coming at the bottom of the screen here. Where we at? There, www.yourfinancesense. You can follow her there. We got that at the bottom of the screen. Also, www.yourfinancesense. And on Facebook, make sure you follow her on Facebook at Your Finance Sense. If you're an entrepreneur or small business owner, this is the person you want to talk to. She'll definitely help you get your things lined up, the resources. Make sure you're educated. Which is a very important, vital part of growth and transformation in business, is to be educated and to know the new laws, to make sure that you understand, county laws. Make sure you understand, federal EIN numbers, how those things work. Make sure you understand taxes. Make sure to educate yourself is a great thing. Also, to have a professional who can walk you through the process is even greater. So definitely make sure you reach out. This is your boy. Make sure you follow us on the Nextdoor app, Richmond Creators and Small Businesses Group, Facebook, Richmond Creators and Small Businesses, YouTube. If you're on here, Richmond Creators Small Businesses TV, and Instagram, Rich Creators TV. Keep in touch. Reach out to us. Love to have you on the show. Shout out to everybody who joined us tonight. We had Scott Miller. I know I saw that. Mike Tober. Shout out to these guys, great business guys. Scott Miller actually is the new admin for our group. So definitely make sure you check us out, man. We got some great people. We got some great things going on, and growth is there. I'll see y'all next week with another interview with sneaker enthusiasts, local fashion designer, business owner, the sneaker enthusiast. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. See y'all next